Hey, leave all that on its own. I'm talking to the dog. I hope this doesn't, I feel like this may be, you think it'll be okay, y'all? Hey everyone, it is hot. It is hot again. First, I ate ramen in the hottest day. Then I was trying to drink tea and record outside on a very hot day. And today I'm coming outside to yet actually drink something. Okay, the other day I didn't get my tea, and I obviously am a masochist. I need to be hot and consuming hot items. Just kidding, but it is hot outside. If you're new here, welcome. I do a bunch of, that was so close to my mouth. I do a bunch of different type of content. You're gonna fall in love. It's exclusive content. You're not gonna find it anywhere else. And for my returning subscribers, what's up? How you doing? I hope you're doing great. It's Monday, baby. Let's go. Let's start off the week real strong and talk about my 20s. All right, so it'd just be boring to just talk about my 20s. I need to make it interesting somehow. And if you haven't noticed, what is this in my hand? It's not just a microphone holder. It's the spoon that you use to mix. I figured, why not have a drink while I, mourn the death of my 20s. So Jade got me some of these Say So packets, tea packets, and it's basically a cocktail in a tea bag. Say So old-fashioned ready-to-make cocktail tea bag. Steep sachet in 0.75 ounces of water and 1.5 ounces of spirits for 3 minutes. Whiskey recommended. Use non-alcoholic spirits for a mocktail. Add ice. Voila. I forgot about the mocktail. I don't have any non-alcoholic spirits. So, okay. This is what we're doing. It's exciting, isn't it? On this channel, we don't just eat. We also drink different things. If you're like me, then you might have a love-hate relationship with alcohol and are finding alternatives. So it's cool that I got 2 of them because I want to see how it compares as a mocktail. I mean, mocktails are very popular right now, along with non-alcoholic beers or even CBD drinks. People who are sober or who don't drink are finding ways to basically drink less. And I feel that if I really do enjoy this, I mean, although it's kind of weird, I think this would be a cool alternative. So let's check it out. What do we need for this? Well, we need hot water, and it's hot. We need hot water, and it's hot. It's so hot, y'all. What do we need? What do we need? We definitely need a whiskey glass. Okay, now that we have a whiskey glass, what else do we need? I'm hoping you can see all of this, y'all. I wanted to get a nice... I hear you eating grass, dog. I wanted to, take out all the plants and organize them really nicely. But other than that, what else do we need for this cocktail? We're gonna need a mug. Why do we need a mug, you ask? Because I'm gonna let it seep in this cup. What else do we need? I mean, really, what else could I possibly need? Oh, obviously the spirit. Today we're gonna use the Bullet Bourbon whiskey. I didn't want to buy a whole bottle. And then I think we're gonna need orange peel, right? I think I have some in here. Oh, hell yeah. What else do we need? God. Hot water. You gotta tap and then it appears. Hot water. What else? What else do we need? Do we have everything? And just other stuff. All right, y'all. The whole gang is here. We have everything we need to start with this amazing cocktail thing. All right, let's go. Let's start. Can I put this here for now? Let's see. It smells weird. Okay, this is how the tea bag looks. Cannot tell what's in here. Alrighty. I gotta read directions like 40 times. Oh my god, guys, there's measurements here. Like, I don't know. Brought extra ice too, so I know this water is really hot. I'm talking into this, guys. Maybe this should be the new holder. So I don't know how much water this is, so we're just gonna 0.75 of water. I failed math. So we're gonna do that much. I think this should be fine. Steep water and for 3 minutes. Oh, I'm supposed to do the whiskey. You know what? Let's try the mocktail first. So I made less for the mocktail. So 3 minutes, eh? Let's start talking about life. So yeah, 20s. I've been really reflecting these past couple of days. I know I'm making a joke out of it all the time. Like, I'm 30 now. I'm all wise. I'm the best now. I am unlocked, 30, flirty, thriving. I unlocked it. I mean, although I'd be joking around, I've been really thinking about it, and how, given how I just grew up, how I'm still alive, it just baffles me. I know that sounds crazy when you really do have like existentialist crisis. I have that pretty often. Just had, not that I had a rough childhood, I meant in a sense of things that I would do and substances that I'd abuse, and I'm so happy to be alive, because if it wasn't me self-sabotaging myself with doing stupid things, it was like outside forces. You know, I got hit by a drunk driver. I also got a really bad head injury when I was young, and I basically forgot everything for like 2 days. It was like a severe concussion. I really hold on to those experiences because I really had so many close experiences with death, and so I live a very do whatever you want type of life, like make sure you're happy, and sometimes the lines got blurred in that sense. I'm not timing this. Oh my god, I'm the worst bartender ever. It's just amazing, like, especially how I was acting still in my young 20s. I wasn't treating myself well, you know, and I was really repressing and ignoring myself and keeping myself super busy so that I wouldn't have a chance to think. And then I was in this toxic relationship, and it was a lot. My intro into the 20s. I think I wrote some notes on my phone. But yeah, my early 20s, you know, I took a lot of the trauma and all the bad negativity with me into my 20s. Some of it got accelerated, especially turning 21. Being able to buy my own alcohol was a big issue. I feel that I drank a lot from like 21 to 23. So even though I was a young adult, right, considered a young adult, I was acting like a little kid, like how I was still acting in middle school / high school. It was like that high school mindset. The high school mindset with less freedom, right? Because I'm working, I'm going to school, I have more responsibility, but I still was acting like a fool. I was just overworking myself. I think I had 1 or 2 jobs. So I was working full time, and I was going to college full time. And then with the rest of the time, if I'm not sleeping, I was just like eating junk food and drinking a lot. It was rough. I also had this constant need to be around people, very dependent on my friends when I was young. Like, I needed to be around someone. I needed to be chilling. I need life to be super fast. And it was crazy because in high school, there was a point in my young 20s that I looked back at myself in high school. I knew I wanted to change, and I knew I could grow from a lot of these bad habits, and I wanted to heal. I really did, but I just kept self-sabotaging myself. Like, I really just kept doing it. And let me get this out. Bloop. But I really kept self-sabotaging myself. But let's get this a little chilled. I think I'm gonna need a little bit more ice. I need something else. I am shot. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I just kept self-sabotaging myself and not letting. Oh man, I forgot my strainer, y'all. Now I need this. It's so hot, y'all. I forgot my strainer. I'm tight. I'm super tight. This is the ratchet way, okay? We're doing this We're thinking of new ways to do this. It was, don't judge anything right now. I don't want to hear it. Okay. I came out with, Lucky, are you okay? That's what happens when you eat grass like that. Lucky. What are you doing? Yeah. So I kept self-sabotaging. So if I were to rate that experience, it's not 10 out of 10. You know what I mean? Because at that point you're aware that you're growing older and you want to change, but like it's just such a slow transition. So my advice, if you're in your young 20s, start earlier. You don't want to be starting to figure things out in your mid 20s, and then you do kind of have that point where you're going to feel insecure because life isn't going the way you want it to. Just start building the foundation now. Don't wait. If you're aware, then act on that and surround yourself with healthy people that they're with, and make sure you're setting boundaries for yourself and your friends, even though they don't have boundaries. You know, you don't always have to be around someone. You don't always have to be hanging out. Don't overwork yourself. Learn how to just like live life and enjoy it. I know that sounds crazy because I had to work a full-time job and go to school full-time if I wanted to like be somewhere fast. So many delays in life, but just try to give yourself a break, because you're gonna start feeling pains and anxiety so young for no reason. So that's another thing. And before I move forward, cheers. Welcome to my channel to all the new people, and thank you to those who remain subscribed. This one is for you. Mocktail, old fashioned. You know, I know you're supposed to add sugar to an old fashioned, and I think the one with alcohol, I'm gonna add some sugar. This tastes very bitter right now. Bitter like, oh my god. It could be a lot of reasons as to why I don't like this. I don't know. It's just like really bitter at the end. I don't know if I should just add sugar and just call it a day. Yeah, so that's my advice and my thoughts on my younger 20s. The entry into the 20s. It was dope. Looking back, I really wish if I were to say something to myself, I don't know, I'd just be like, chill out on the drinking. Like, you're gonna feel it in your 30s, and you know, make yourself aware of why you're doing this. It's okay to be alone. Work on that. Be confident on your own. You don't need to always be surrounded by people, and you know, you're gonna make it. You're gonna get by. Don't be too hard on yourself. I think that's what I would say to young men. But moving on to the mid-20s, I think, especially after my breakup with the person I was dating at that time, it was awful. It just affected everything. That breakup affected my relationship with my family, with my friends. It was just, even with work, it was the trifecta. Lucky, I'm gonna bring you inside. Stop being bad boy. It really just tore me apart for a little bit, and I was working hard too, and I was still doing the mindset of my younger 20s basically, but I really actually was trying much harder to change and to work on myself and to not jump into another relationship, and I was trying to move forward but not doing it correctly either. Like the intent was there, but I just needed guidance, and I didn't have that. Like, a lot of friendship started changing by the time I was in my mid-20s. It's not like that high school flow anymore. Like, reality hit a lot of people, whether that be they have families or they have professional jobs, they moved out of the state, things aren't consistent anymore. Like, it changes, and I think I was also in shock of that. So I didn't really have that guidance because I wasn't really close to anyone, you know what I mean? Like, and then it made me feel more alone, which it's just not a good mindset to be in. So that was the mid-20s is a really turning point for a lot of people. I had just like such a more serious outlook on life. I was like, all right, I'm trying, even though it's wrong. I was very persistent, really wanted to right so many of my wrongs, and life doesn't work that way. Like, what happened happened. Knowing that, I just felt guilty with a lot of situations, or like embarrassed. So holding on to that does not feel good, and it weighs you down. It was a weird situation. And I don't want to say like no friends were there. I'm just saying that people were just starting to do other things, you know. And I always felt weird about like dumping my shit on people. So, and other than that, let's see, 25. And I was financially doing really well. Not rich, but I'm saying like I had my own car. I was paying a lot of bills. I had credit cards, I had a savings, all of that. I don't have that right now because everything that happened, but it was, I was still working full-time and doing school kind of, but I had a lot more financial freedom, so I was traveling a lot more. So my advice for young 25 Erica, or just 25-year-olds where you're in your mid-20s, don't drag out the transition phase. Don't drag out the realization of stuff, you know what I mean? Because I feel that I dragged it out a little bit instead of just, again, acting on the changes and adjusting properly. 25 is a good time because you start really realizing a lot of things. Again, if you keep delaying it, it just ends up much more dragged out and more complicated than it should be. So my mid-20s was just a turning point. It was just that full transition into, all right, I got to get ready for my 30s. And then you're in your late 20s. And then that's, yeah, when you get there, if you're in my situation, you realize nothing worked out the way it should have. This I'm done with. I cannot drink this anymore. If I'm gonna drink this, I'm gonna drink it with this is the unprofessional way of doing this, guys. I don't know, I rate that like a 5 out of 3 out of 10. Is that bad? It's probably more water, but whatever. Oh shit, we're supposed to do the shot too. How much was it? And a 1.5. Is that this? I'm gonna guess it's a shot and a half. Alright. My older 20s, it was just landing and realizing the reality of your life. And you're bit, for me, I'm more stern. Like I'm definitely ready right now to really put more dedication and time into really making myself better for the future. And I feel that sometimes this could come off a little bit like desperation to fix a lot of things, even though some stuff, again, is out of my control. COVID, out of my control, you know what I mean? That messed me up a lot. You know, I was unemployed for some time, and honestly, everything happens for a reason. Thank God that happened, because after graduating and then not working, I finally had time to reflect on my life. Like, just sit there and, I need therapy. I need to go to AA. Like, all of these real situations. I want to spend more time with my family. I want to be financially stable, even though that doesn't exist in this country anymore. But I want to be, okay with money, so I don't have to really think about too much when it comes to that. But I also want self-fulfillment. So doing things like doing YouTube, doing photography on my own, being more focused on my creative whatever, I'm done. Anyway, I'm just trying to really gain control of my life. The things I can control and not set, unreachable expectations for myself. I'm just trying to get by and be more okay with being alone. That's another thing, because sometimes I miss so many of my friendships, and I'm just like, you know what? Things change, you know what I mean? Like, it's okay. That's okay. Things change. I have a little butterfly that's just circling around the yard. So cute. But yeah, things change. Like, be okay with being alone and take this time again to really start focusing. Like, this time your intent is right, your actions are right, everything is gonna be okay. But a lot of late 20s is just taking on the tough realities. Before I used to say I'm able to do a lot of things, but in reality it was a front. But for the first time in a while, I think I actually believe in a lot of the stuff that I want to do. Like, I'm really excited for it. A lot of it has to do with just putting myself front and center, like caring less what people think, do my YouTube, do whatever I want to do, and just live a life that's respectful and kind and happy, you know what I mean? And try to open up myself in that sense so I could also attract more of that in my life. Be true to who I am. There's a lot that I can't change anymore. I could only just continue to work hard on not being a jerk or whatever the case may be. Hold on, guys. I think it's been 3 minutes. Boop. This has to be the sloppiest old-fashioned ever. All right. Oh. Guys, I'm not even drinking yet. And it's all over. Hell yeah. What the heck happened? In my defense, this is like a living room table thing, and the grass is not even right now. But this one is for welcoming my 30s with a warm hug, open arms, and everything like that. Cheers. Oh my god, it tastes so much better. It's not as bitter. This is cool, but I think I would still add sugar next time, even though it tastes better. It tastes like an actual old-fashioned. And I think if I would have added a non-alcoholic spirit to the other one, it probably would have came out a little tastier. So thank you, Jade, for providing me with these little things to experiment with. So yeah, 30s, advice for people in their late 20s. Don't stress it. I think this is when you stop caring. This is really when you're just like, you know what? I have a life to live. Okay, I gotta do what makes me happy. I'm gonna do what assists that happiness, like being financially stable and working on your mental, your academics, your physical, your relationships with yourself. You're like, I'm rebuilding the foundation for a more positive thing, for a more positive foundation, but with less expectations, learning how to control only what you can and accepting that life has its own life. It's gonna do whatever the hell it wants, you know. You can't control everything. And I feel like this is like the good phase. Even though it's a reality, it's good. It's in a good way though. I feel much more stable. It's been 13 days since I've turned 30 and I've transcended. What can I say? No, it doesn't happen that fast, but I do feel good, feeling optimistic. That's good. So that's my 20s. It just went from being high schooler, that's a 20-year-old, to reality, and I'm scared to acknowledge it, to hey, this is the reality. I can fix a lot, even though and I'm okay with what I can't control, and I don't care what anyone thinks. I'm just gonna do the best I can. And now 30 feels cool. I feel cool. Anyway, if you're in your 30s, hey, I'm new to the club. Tell me things that 30-year-olds should know about in the comments, please. And if you're younger than me, if you're in your 20s still, you're gonna join this club soon. Okay, so start preparing now. No pressure, but you're gonna have to have your life together by the time you're 30. And if you don't, you can't transcend, dude. You're not gonna be wise like me. You're not gonna be able to afford a swivel spoon thing that also doubles as a microphone holder. Get it together now. All jokes aside, there's so much time in this life, and even if there isn't, then that should be the same argument. Thanks for watching. I know this video was a little long. I really wanted to talk about this. Y'all, it was a pleasure. I hope you're having a drink maybe. No, it's Monday. It's Sunday, but I'm posting this on Monday. Thank you so much. Cheers again to you for subscribing, liking, and commenting, I hope. Or did you comment? Please, I need the algorithm to love me. Please, share this. All right. Lucky, are you still here? Lucky, still here? Real quick, let me show you my plants because I brought them outside. I'm going to the plant store next week to buy plants and buy soil because this one, see it's dying. But this was not this long. When I first got this, it was like this short, and there was only 2. Yeah, I need to get more soil for this bad boy and maybe a bigger pot. But this one, their name is Ska, first baby, because I was scared. I was really scared to have plants because I kept dying, and then that one I've had for about a year. So today at Trader Joe's I saw these and I had to buy it because I think I'm ready for plant number 2, and I named her Evie because I wanted something to reflect the evolution of my life and the opening of a new door and closing of another one. And oh my god, the camera, it shut off on me. It's because I've been recording so much, y'all. I have no space on anything. I don't know what to do anymore. I have no space on my MacBook, no space on my memory card camera, no space on my phone. What happened to my space? I gotta figure something out. Anyway, till then, I'll figure it out at some point. Just gonna chill with my plants.